Hi there, I'm Chris, and today I'm going to be making a Gummy Bear character out of my Gummy Bear Tarot deck. Um, this is the deck I'm using. I'm just it's been reaching out to me or it's been calling to me, and so we're just going to do it. Couple things before I get started. I'm not going over the divination part of the tarot. You don't have to use tarot cards in a divination project. I do, but that's a different subject for another video. um, Also, with this character that I'm going to be creating, I'm just kind of showing you how you can use tarot cards to inspire your inspiration and get your muses going. And this is for writers or for creative people or artists, just something to kind of get your mind going. You do not, or I am not going to come after you. If you decide you want to use this for your project, anything that you're writing, go for it. I am not copywriting this. This does not belong to me. This is just an example of how things work. If you want to book me for a project of yours or a divination care or a divination reading or something, my website's in the description box below. But again, that's not what we're doing right now. So if you are interested and you do like seeing what you're about to see, please subscribe and let's get right to it. So again, this is the actual deck that I'm using. It's by Dietmar Bittrich. I don't know what is. I'm hoping I did that right. I have shuffled the cards already, but I only did it 6 times, so we're gonna do it one more time just to prove that I have no idea what's coming up, and I have no idea what character we're making. So I have another screen here that has a list of all the things that I kind of want to cover with creating a character and making a three-dimensional character. So let's see what comes up. So we're going to go with a physical appearance. Now this is going to go, is this a boy or a girl, man or woman? We'll see what they're dressed like. They're obviously going to be gummy bears. So I'm kind of imagining a world that's a little bit more like strawberry shortcake kind of a thing. We're imagining something very bright, colorful, and maybe kid-like. Um, Again, this is your story if you choose to take on the character. So have at it, whatever you're going to do with it. So let's see. Physical appearance. So I got the Knight of Swords reversed, but this is what the card is right side up. So I'm gonna go with a boy, kind of a daredevilish boy. Um, he's holding a sword. Now, if you think about gummy bears, they're actually very soft. So I wonder if he's not, well, he's also reversed. Um, he is very safe being a gummy bear. That's what he is. He's a very safe person being a gummy bear. He's not one to jump in. This is more with his thoughts, but the sword came to mind so vividly to me right now with actually uh, cutting a gummy bear. I don't know. Um, but it's reversed. So we're gonna say he does not use violence. He is a very nice gummy bear. Um, I don't know, like, if he's wearing do you think he's wearing this medieval stuff? Like a knight, maybe a cape, this little cap? I mean, is he a kid? Maybe he's a kid. Maybe it's a boy that likes to be a superhero. A superhero gummy bear? Let's see what happens. Because I have long goal, childhood, teen, and recent years, so this might change a little bit with what we've got going on here. So let's see what comes up. Short goal. So I got the 9 of cups, and for some reason, this light is not working. One moment. Is that at all better? I don't know if it's going to be better at all. Try that. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Sorry about that, technical difficulties. So I got the Nine of Cups here. This is for his short-term goal. The Nine of Cups is happy emotions. I think it's the wish card, if I remember correctly from what people talk about. Short-tempered? Maybe there's a toy, something that he wants, and that's a short he wants to get it really fast. Let's see what his long-term goal is. His long-term goal is temperance. I'm getting very child with this situation. Temperance is about evening things out, and I'm kind of getting like this is more of an adulting card, and this is more of a childish card if that's how this is working out. So that's what I'm kind of getting here. I'm just kind of getting like he thinks being an adult is boring. Maybe that's what it is, kind of a thing. So if this is if this is an actual kid, let's just play with it, and we're gonna see what his childhood. Let's draw 3 cards and see what his childhood is. So originally, these are childhood, teen years, and recent years. But since I think I'm getting kind of a child vibe from this, a very 10-year-old-ish kind of a vibe. Um, I'm kind of wondering. So he wasn't alone. He didn't like being alone. He wasn't alone. The King of Cups and the Six of Wands reversed. Um, he didn't. He wasn't alone. He knew what he wanted. He knows his emotions. He was very confident in his emotions. And but he also didn't feel like he was getting recognized. This is kind of a child. I'm getting kind of a childhood vibe, kind of like a this is a very tough one. I'm getting a child that's not getting a lot of attention at home. Maybe mama and dada gummy bear are working too much. Let's move on and just kind of see what happens. So his happiest moment. The Queen of Cups, something to do with his mom. A memory he has with his mom giving him what he wanted, his mom cooking him a meal. Obviously not gummy bears because that's not good in this world. That's we're not going to go there. Most embarrassing moment. The Queen of Swords. I'm betting he played with a knife by accident and he chopped off maybe one of his limbs. That's a little graphic, but I mean, maybe he's embarrassed. Maybe he's embarrassed by only having one arm, being a child with only one arm. His earliest memory, the Ace of Cups. So I'm going to go back to this family that is broken. He's not getting the emotions from his house. This is kind of a dark story for Gummy Bear Land kind of a thing, or a dark character. But yeah, I'm kind of getting that he's not getting the emotional support from his household, the household that he lives in. Um, so that's kind of his earliest memory. So something to do with his parents. Maybe he remembers his mom giving him something, and that was his happiest moment. Is the last time that he and his mom had a moment, and then after that, something happened with the family, it seems. So I've got his birth date and place. Ooh, this is rough. No, it could be good. I actually got the Ten of Swords reversed. So I'm kind of getting more of like he was born on the 10th of something, October 10th. I mean, we could try going with that. 10 here is written and 10 swords. I mean, that could 1010, 1910, 2010, something 10, in the 10 area. His birthplace, though, the 10s are an end of a cycle. I mean, a pregnancy is an end of a cycle. That's something to go with. Try that. See, maybe something else will come up to kind of clarify that a little bit later, but let's just kind of see what happens here. His work. Well, obviously he's a kid, and he's obviously doesn't have a job. So maybe this is more of a hobby or what he wants to be when he grows up. I have cards for that for later, but let's see what happens. Well, I got the King of Wands reversed. I don't think he knows what he wants to be when he grows up. He doesn't know what he wants to be when he grows up yet. He's still kind of very concentrated on what's happening in his life right now, and he's not thinking very much about the future, which does make sense regarding the Six of Wands and this King of Cups and the Hermit. Also, this temperance thing being an adult. So this kind of makes sense. I don't think he knows what he wants to be when he grows up. So he doesn't have a job. His education, though, let's see if he's doing well in school. Well, I got the Seven of Cups, and it's kind of more about choices. So I think his emotions are kind of all over the place regarding school. I don't think that he's necessarily. I think he's kind of like a master of all trades in school, whether that be third, fourth, fifth grade. I don't think that he's chosen a specific favorite subject in school. I just think that he kind of does what he needs to get by in order to fly underneath the radar, especially since he's not getting a lot of attention at home, which is interesting because usually people act out when they're not getting attention at home. But I was actually, from personal experience, I actually wanted to fly underneath the radar. I felt invisible. I wanted to be invisible. I don't know. And it just kind of extended kind of to school a little bit, but we're not talking about me, so we're going to move on. SelfView. He is the Eight of Cups. He feels like he is always leaving or being left behind. Maybe he feels like he wants to escape. There is a lot of love going on here, but he's wanting to leave. Maybe he wants to run away. I mean, this is more of a self view, but I kind of feel like he's always running away. He always feels like he has to run away. This is a very deep kid. This gummy bear is not a happy camper. Man, I thought this would be a very happy deck to use. I didn't know that we were going to get kind of a dark character with this. External view. This is how people view him outside. We got the Ten of Cups reversed, so he's obviously sad. He's very depressed. Yeah, he's emotionally distraught inside, and he's not maybe speaking what he needs to be said, kind of a thing. Adjust this for just a second. There we go. Close external view. This is like the people that are close to him, his parents, what his parents think of him, his maybe a friend, a close friend. Let's see what that is. The Four of Cups reversed. Not stubborn. I don't want to say stubborn. I'm getting more of a not paying attention. He's kind of, I don't want to say airheady. That's kind of the word that came to mind, but I feel like indecisive, unconfident. So that it kind of tracks with how he's acting with all the previous cards. It seems like he wears his heart on his sleeve. So let's see what a flaw of his. Let's see what a flaw is. got the Knight of Cups. He probably blocks a lot of his emotions and he holds a lot of them down, scared to express them. Flaw number 2, Three of Pentacles. Now, regarding all of this stuff that's going on, he is a good team worker. He does, well, this is supposed to be a flaw. Teamwork? Maybe he doesn't do teamwork very well. That's probably what it is. He's a loner. That makes more sense for the flaw. He's a loner. He doesn't like to work with people. He likes to be alone. Yeah. His strengths. The Page of Swords. So he is a learner. He learns by words. He's very confident in his own thoughts. He's afraid to express them, though. That seems a little interesting. Maybe he's been, because of his early life and because something happened to make him not want to be alone. Or between now and his not being alone. I think he was confident in not being alone. And something happened, and now he's afraid to show off his thoughts. His weaknesses. The Moon. Again, we're kind of going with this Knight of Cups situation. The Moon is about emotions, what's underneath the surface, things that aren't shined don't have a light completely shined on them, kind of a thing. You can kind of see what they are, but it's being scared of the dark, that kind of thing. So maybe he's afraid of the dark. Just make it simple. So that's a weakness. He's afraid of the dark. A gift that he has. What's his special gift? Now, we've possibly figured out that he has only one arm. He probably cut himself with some kind of a knife. Why gummy bears would have knives in this world, I don't know, but somehow he lost an arm playing with some sort of a knife. But a gift. Five of Swords reversed. He's not competitive. He's not very competitive. I think that does kind of make sense with him. Well, how is he not competitive if he's not a good team worker? That's kind of an oxymoron. Maybe there's certain aspects of his life that he's competitive in. But his thoughts are not in conflict. Maybe in projects he's not a good team worker, but his thoughts are not in conflict, which just does kind of make sense with this whole Page of Swords situation that we've got going on here. A phobia. What is he scared of? Now, we already know that he's kind of afraid of the dark, but let's see what else he's afraid of. He's afraid of teachers. He's afraid of people to look up to. Maybe they've all let him down. I think that he is, afraid of structure, afraid of adults, in a sense. So there's something that happened in his childhood as a young gummy bear. Again, like what we went about, his birth was not a happy birth. So maybe he's been in the hospital a lot. Maybe he has like I don't want to say a disease. I don't know what kind of disease a gummy bear might have, but I don't know. Maybe he must be sick of some sort, some kind of sickness, and he's being poked by needles a lot, possibly, kind of a thing. I don't know. I'm getting that kind of a vibe from him. Maybe that's why he feels like he doesn't trust people. A pet peeve of his, what really bothers him? I think what really bothers him is, this is the Three of Wands. So what I got here, the Three of Wands is about getting stuff back of what like the Two of Wands is about sending stuff out into the world, setting up passions, and the Three of Wands is supposed to starting to see some of that come back. I think this is not necessarily regarding him. This is regarding other people. If we're going to go with him being sick, I think he sees a lot of people getting better, but he's not. He's getting, I don't want to say worse, but he's not getting better. Maybe we'll get more of that in a couple of other cards, but that's kind of what I'm getting from that. I think his pet peeve is just how positive people are, where he doesn't feel like he's very positive. So let's see. We've got a bad habit. The King of Swords. He's has strong thoughts. I thought he was quiet at first. Maybe he acts out. Maybe the King of Swords is supposed to be in charge of his emotions, or I'm sorry, in charge of his thoughts and can think correctly with himself, kind of a thing. Or not think correctly, but like communicate effectively. So maybe he does have spouts of, well, it's supposed to be a bad habit. So maybe he I think he yells. I think he has temper tantrums regarding this kind of a thing. A good habit. The Four of Swords reversed. Now, this is usually about rest. Good habit. I think he has a lot of energy. Even though he seems to be down in the dumps and jealous of other people getting better and not him, he always has some sort of energy about him that he doesn't need to rest on. This seems like a very complicated kid. I'm not sure exactly what he's resting on or not resting on, but it is a good habit that he's not resting. Maybe he's trying to find his own happiness with his sickness that he has, his happiness with who he is, kind of a thing. His mannerisms. So we've already kind of got some of this stuff. We've got strength reversed. He feels weak. He feels like he's a weakling. He's not very strong. He doesn't feel very confident. Obviously there's some quietness going on here. He's not confident on the outside, but maybe he's more confident on the inside. So his redeeming quality, which, well, he's not addicted to anything. So we got the devil reversed. So he's not addicted to anything. So we know that. Redeeming quality number 2, the Ace of Wands reversed. The wands are about passions and about what gets you up in the morning. But how is this a redeeming quality of his? Maybe he's not looking for too many passions at the moment. Maybe he actually is trying to stay centered with what's going on with him. I think this is a very mature kid. This a very mature gummy bear kid. I think, now I can't speak from personal experience, and other people will have to say stuff like this in the comments, but I feel like children who are in and out of the hospital at young ages have a tendency to grow up faster because they're a little bit more aware of what's going on in their world around them. And sometimes, and if the parents tell them what's going on, they seem to have a little bit more knowledge about their own bodies and the world and what could happen to them. So I'm wondering if there's something like he's a very not necessarily looking for something to get his hopes up too high, kind of a thing. It's reversed though. I'm not sure. That's an interesting one. His internal conflict. This might actually help us. The Nine of Swords reversed. Usually this card is about nightmares. So he's not having nightmares. Processing his feelings? He's not processing his feelings. That's his internal conflict. He's not processing his thoughts correctly. He's not processing what's happening to him correctly. Someone's lying to him, maybe. Someone's not giving him the full truth. And he doesn't have the full story about what to process about what's going on with him. Motivation. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. The Wheel of Fortune is usually good things are going to happen to you. Honestly, with everything that's going on with this kid, I feel like he's the glass half full. He looks at the glass half full. He's not. A lot of bad things are happening to him right now, but he has a heart of gold on him. However, a gummy bear has a heart of gold. That's kind of what I'm getting from that, is that even with all the badness happening, he's found some sort of a peace with it, even though he's not processing it. There's some sort of a peace. He wants to have better luck. That's his motivation. He has a secret. The Six of Swords reversed. There's a lot of reversals in this deck, and you saw me shuffle. Usually the Six of Swords is about traveling, and I always picture this as trauma. Traveling with trauma to new pastures. So I'm kind of getting there's a trauma that he's not traveling with, blocking a trauma, not thinking about a trauma, doesn't know about it. No, he's not telling someone about something. He's not telling his parents probably all these thoughts that he's having, that he's not telling someone how he's truly feeling. Like, I'm going to go back to, we got his strength was reversed, so he feels kind of weak. I am going to go back to, I wonder if he's faking his resting. I wonder if he's faking this. Like, he should be resting, but he's not. He's putting on a good face, kind of a thing. I don't remember what card it was all of a sudden. I feel like he is, like, when a doctor asks you how you feel after taking a medication, I feel like he's lying to people. That's what I think that this card is. I think he's lying to people, telling them he feels better when in reality he doesn't, if that sort of makes sense. I think that that's what his secret is. Why is he hiding it, though? We've got the Eight of Pentacles. I think that he wants to feel perfect. He wants to be perfect. He wants to be the perfect child. I think he wants to grow up to be perfect. I think that he wants to believe in his perfectness. So that's why I think he's trying that. Maybe if he tells people that and keeps that a secret, or maybe he will flip this card over and actually have some good luck. His view of the world. We got the Seven of Pentacles. I always find this card is more of like a gardening card. Like, he's watching things grow. I think he's more of a bystander. This is I get kind of farmer vibes from this, and this is like a farmer who's not quite ready to pick his crop. So I'm kind of getting like he just kind of feels like he's on the outside of the world. As the world turns, he's not turning with it. As the world is growing, he's watching it grow. He just kind of feels left out of it, kind of a thing. So I've got a couple of odd things here that we're going to continue with the tarot cards here. His favorite books. So I got the Empress reversed. His favorite books, Where Queens Are Fallen, Queens Fall, Where Mothers Are Dead, maybe Disney. Maybe he's got a Disney fixation. He likes when the moms are gone, which is interesting because his favorite memory was about his happiest moment was with his mom. We had something about his teen years being with the King of Cups as well. So I'm kind of getting something with the parents of the cups here. But something about a female entity or a woman entity in his life is gone or dead or blocked. That's his favorite books. His favorite movies. He likes destruction. He likes to see things fall. He likes things to be blown up. This is the Tower. This could probably cross over to TV shows, but I do have a different section for this. So TV shows, King of Pentacles. This is probably the same thing about the book situation. Maybe for TV shows he likes it. Maybe he likes more. He having a brain fog. I think he agrees with the bad guys more often of this. He likes he enjoys watching the bad guys die. Okay, so maybe he doesn't agree with them. I think he enjoys watching the bad guys die. He likes seeing justice, or he likes seeing the bad guys lose. I mean, we all do, but that's a very spot on thing. Huh. Something to consider. His favorite color. The first color I saw was blue in this card. This is the Two of Cups. So we're going to go with blue as his favorite color. And his favorite number, the 10. So probably his birthday, because his birthday was kind of a rough birth, if we remember from the 10 of Swords. But I think 10 is still his favorite number. Huh. Okay, so now I've got a list of 11 other things here that are from other flashcards that we can kind of use to add on to this. And I kind of enjoy this kind of section as well. It's just something a little different to play with. And these are with toddler flashcards that I got from Amazon. So we're going to look at, his clothes, we kind of already decided that he wants to think of himself as a superhero. So we're going to kind of skip that part. We don't need to look at that necessarily, because I think he feels like he wants to be a superhero. We're going to leave shoes off as well, because I think the clothes and the shoes need to actually be combined. But maybe he's actually a barefoot superhero, because that's what he's wearing in the night. He's got a cape, but he's barefoot. So I don't know that he's wearing boots. So I think that maybe he's just a barefoot kid running around in a cape. A barefoot gummy bear kid running around in a cape. So now we're going to move on to his food and drink. So I've got a bunch of cards here with his favorite foods. We're just going to shuffle a little bit, just see what comes up. So his favorite food. Let's see if we get favorite food or even a drink. Let's see what we come up with. What do gummy bears eat in this world? Do they eat real food? Do they eat gummy bear food? What is gummy bear food? That's something to play with. So let's see. Favorite food. Grapefruit. That's an odd thing for him to like, because I didn't think that a child would like grapefruit. So maybe there's some kind of a connection between his happiest moment and his mom with the grapefruit. Something to play with there. I don't know. His favorite songs or instrument. So let's see what kind of music he likes. And maybe he plays this instrument. I don't know. Maybe he just likes the part of the songs that have this. Maybe these instruments have solos in the songs. And he likes listening to that part of the songs, kind of a thing. But maybe he plays this as well. Maybe this is also how he lost his arm. Maybe a string instrument chopped off his arm. Maybe this is why he hates the songs. Just something to play with, some kind of a music thing to find with him. So his favorite or least favorite music is, well, I picked a string. So maybe something actually did happen. Well, he was playing with a knife earlier. So maybe he likes the strings. He likes the violin. I feel like that knife was what made him. Maybe he wishes he could play the violin or this instrument, but he can't because he's lost his arm. That could be something to kind of play with that. Sport or a hobby. Maybe, I don't know if he has a favorite sport. Maybe a sport that he wishes he could play, even though he has one arm or one leg, or however, whatever amputee you decide to write about. Let's see. Maybe he can play it. Disabled sports in Gummy Bear Land? I don't know. Something about a baseball bat, baseball, softball. So obviously you can play that with one hand. Something there. So, he likes baseball. Gummy Bear baseball. Now we've already kind of discussed his job, that he doesn't know what he wants to be when he grows up. So I'm going to skip that one. I have cards here, but he obviously doesn't know what he wants to be when he grows up. Maybe let's pick a card, because maybe it's not something, maybe it's a job he's fascinated by. Maybe it's not something that he actually wants to be when he grows up. But maybe just something he's fascinated by. Now, there isn't very many here, but let's see what comes up. Let's see what I pick. We got chef, which kind of makes sense, because he was playing with a knife as a kid. So I feel like there's got to be something there. Favorite animal. What is his favorite? Do gummy bears have pets? Do they have animals in this world? You decide. This is your project. Or if you decide to take on this character. We're going to go with that. So let's see. What is his favorite animal or pet? Well, his favorite animal is a seahorse. Let's see if they have pets. I don't know. Maybe they have pets. It's a separate category that I have here, but maybe he wants it as a pet. Maybe he can't have a pet because he's so young and they're not sure if he's going to live. Let's see. His favorite, or the pet that he would like to have is a raccoon. Maybe he wants to play with Trash Panda. Like maybe he sees them when he's taking out the trash and he wants to take one home as a pet. Could be something to play with there. His favorite means of transportation or travel. So let's see. How does he like to travel? What does he want to have? How does he want it? Does he have a favorite means of travel? What does he prefer? This could go back to some of his fears. He was afraid of the dark. We do like something about safety here. So he doesn't rush into things very quickly, but let's see. Scooter, that makes sense. I think that it gives him maybe a little bit of a thrill, but it's not something that's going to necessarily hurt him like going like a boat would, or riding a bike or something. So a scooter probably makes more sense for him. It could be a safer one. It just kind of depends on if he's wearing a helmet or not. His favorite place. Where does he like to go to be himself? Does he go somewhere to be alone? Does he have a secret hideout? That's something to consider here. Let's see. Let's pick a card. Well, playground. So that does kind of make sense since he is a kid. Maybe this is a place that he actually feels like a kid, instead of being in and out of the hospital, being sick. He likes going to the playground. That's what he likes. That's where he feels like he can be himself. His imagination can roar, and that's where he can live. So the last thing that we have for this kid is his favorite toy, device, or thing. Now let's see what kind of thing gummy bears have in this world. Let's see. So I'm going to pick his favorite thing to play with. His favorite device thing is computer, his laptop. So I think that maybe he does have screen time capabilities because maybe his parents feel sorry for him, which they shouldn't. I think he's making the best of a situation that he possibly can with all the adults around him telling him how to feel. So I think that he's just he's making the best of this situation. And I think that's kind of what I'm getting out of this kid. Oh, I do have clothes. I just didn't have the cards set up. So let's kind of go back to shoes and clothes for a second, because I skipped that because I thought we were going to go with what's on the card. But let's just see if there's a favorite clothing article kind of a thing. Let's see. I picked 2. We got shorts and a swimming suit and t-shirt. So somehow combine this with what he's wearing in this card, kind of a thing, is what I'm kind of getting out of this one. And I should have these were off to the side and I did not put them in order. So let's put them right there. So that is kind of our gummy bear. I wonder if he's actually lemon as well. He's yellow. So I'm actually wondering if he's lemon flavored. So that's kind of our character. If you see something else in this gummy bear land, feel free. It's your intuition. This was kind of what I got off the cuff without thinking much about the cards. But this is kind of what I saw immediately and kind of gives a little bit of a deeper feeling about who a character can be in a story. And it doesn't have to necessarily be man, woman, child, fairy, princess, whatever. You have gummy bears here. So, I mean, try it, see what happens, and go from there. So that is the video for today. And I will see you guys in the next video. We'll see which deck of mine speaks to me for the next one. Please remember to subscribe if you're finding these interesting or helpful. And also, if you want to have an actual divination reading, or a help with your specific project that you're writing, or need help getting some artistic flows going to beat your blocks, feel free to contact me in my website below. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.